All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man, hope everybody's having a great Saturday, man. Hey, NBA is back, man. NBA is back. Again, hopefully stay back. No, just kidding, man. But NBA is back. But before I get into this, man, like I always say, continue to hit me up on the links down below, man. Continue to check out the merchandise down below. We got some new things coming out. I'm still getting feedback on if people would like to see me do more of a live, try to implement some type of live thing, maybe every day, every other day, or something like that to go along with the channel. Hey, I'm only as good as you guys allow me to be, or I can only put out the content. I only want to put out the content that you guys want. So if it's something you're interested in, let me know. I'm gonna make a decision by the end of this weekend, which is tomorrow. But let's talk about it, man. The Milwaukee Bucks versus the Orlando Magic. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really covering this series a lot. Like, I watched it, but I didn't really do a lot on it because I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't see it as much of gonna be a series. I didn't really see this being a real competitive series, mainly because I just think the disparity between the two teams is just so wide that you go, okay, But first of all, let's talk about the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic is a team that I think overachieved. I think they overachieved. I don't think no one had Orlando going to the playoff this year. Congratulations. Unfortunately, they ran into which many would consider one, if not the best team in the NBA, in the Milwaukee Bucks, and they came out early in this series and took care of business. The first game, you was like, oh, this is gonna be a good one. Unfortunately, it felt like they woke up the Milwaukee Bucks, and then the Bucks was like, okay, we're gonna handle this. But that's not to take nothing away from the Magic, man. When you look at the pieces they got with I'm gonna tell you someone I am really fond of. I've always been a fan of him, is DJ Augustine. Why? I'm gonna be honest again, I kind of forgot about him, and he's a spark plug. And when he get going, it seemed like the team get going. So I was a fan of him. Vucevic, I hope I'm saying his name correct. Y'all know I butcher names. It is what it is. He's definitely he's a I want to say a weapon. He's been really good. I was looking for a different term to use there, but he's a weapon that once he get going, he can really lift his team and carry his team on his shoulder. I forget the other guy name. But he didn't have a great series. Is it Cateron? Something like that. I forget his name. But he wasn't himself in this series. He's normally a reliable scorer for them, but he wasn't quite himself, and you can put some of that on him and some of that on the Bucks defense. And it was very evident that they did a great job on him in this series. And I got to talk about my man. I think it's not talked about, but a real Cinderella story in Markelle Fultz, in my opinion. He seems to have found his basketball way. He was battling the injuries. Then it felt like it was, when he was in Philly, it was something going on with him mentally at some point. But he seemed to have found the home and have had a resurgence of sort. And you root for that. You root for those type of guys that really, struggle at first. Like, it don't just come natural. Sometimes you hit the NBA, it's a whirlwind, so much going on. The pace of the game is so much faster. And that's something that people often forget. The pace of the game is a lot faster in the NBA. So, it he had the injuries then, kind of felt like he mentally wasn't there. He was the number one pick from the Sixers. The Sixers moved him out. Now he's in Orlando. And it seemed like he's found the home, and you watch him play, you're like, okay, that's why he was the number one overall pick. It wasn't Donovan Mitchell level, but you seen the potential is there of what he can actually do. All right, so the Milwaukee Bucks, man, they came in. First of all, this has been one of probably the most trying weeks for them as well. I made a video talking about this being a very trying weeks for the Toronto Raptors as well, and I elaborated on that in that video. And the same thing goes for the Bucks, man. I'm actually having shout out to I hope you subscribe, but we're having this conversation about who had the rougher week, Toronto or Milwaukee, and I said, and you know, it's a back and forth. It can go either way. Mainly because of the Masai Ujiri situation, and then the roller coaster that it was for Toronto. But you got to put the Bucks right there. This incident happened at home for them, so they and then they got the pressure of being the team that halted everything. Then they got, you know, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. We know the story. It's been a lot. But they came out today and took care of business. I was a point in that third quarter. I was like, the Magic came back. Then they got within 4. But other than that, the Bucks took care of business as they should have. They're the number 1 seed in the East. And you know, it's shown. And I felt like today probably was a sense of relaxation for them. Like, oh, okay, we can relax a little bit now. Let's pack it away and get on out of here. Meaning out of this series, and they probably got a chance to just focus on basketball and probably escape from everything that was going on. But they look good, man. Giannis was knocking down he knocked down some threes, had some really good looking threes, some really bad looking threes too. But that's his game, and you know, he was in attack mode all game. He had a career high in the first half in stats. I don't even know the guy's first name, but Williams, don't know his first name, but he was a major key down the stretch when Orlando tried to make that comeback. So it's good to see other people other than Middleton or Hill or Lopez or Greek or the Greek Freak, Giannis. I try not to say Greek Freak. I just don't. Giannis, all right. But when you look at what for Williams to step up and kind of give him a little bit more depth to seem like, because me, I'm real big on depth. That's why I got certain teams favored, because I'm like, they are top to bottom amazing. So, or top to bottom, they can all in and out. So, but you know, with this, congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for getting out of that first round. It was you know, it started off like it was going to be a long series, and they took care of business. And on to the Miami Heat. Now, I'm going to talk about this Miami Heat Milwaukee Bucks matchup in a video later. But this matchup here, this is going to be good. It's the second round. You know, these rounds, the first round, you kind of get those disparity plays. But now it's turning around. Now it's going to be those teams that are good against the team that's supposed to be great. And if the great teams ain't great, you're going to get beat by the ones that are good. Hope that made sense. But it's getting good, man. So y'all know, stay tuned right here. I'm gonna have a reaction after every game right here on the channel. So don't go nowhere. Y'all know I'm gonna be here. And I'm gonna be bringing it to you. With that being said, guys, congratulations again to the Milwaukee Bucks moving on to the second round. With that being said, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for your support. I wouldn't be here without you. Obviously, I wouldn't. With that being said, you guys have a great one.